Well, I'm sitting here on the banks of Lake Gogabik, waiting for the sun to come up. Gotta wait a couple hours before I go check baits this morning. It's Tuesday, day 3. I guess day 3, I don't know. It's actually second full day. But we're gonna hopefully have some bears on the baits today. The weather forecast really sucks. We got rain coming, got frost coming. After I check the cameras today, I will have a lot better idea of what the rest of my week is going to look like. Well, I'm driving again. Okay, first of all, I went up there to Troy's place. He's got a bait 300 yards behind his cabin. And I walked back in there. It looks really good. The barrel was tipped over, so apparently a bear had been there. He's back downstate, so no cameras or anything on it, but I went ahead and put a camera on it, put some more bait out there, and then headed back, got back to camp, found out my truck had a flat tire. So I put a can of Fix-A-Flat in it, enough to get me to the nearest tire repair place, which was 30 minutes the other direction. So I don't have any place to hunt yet tonight, which is pretty much as expected, but we're going to go ahead and check everything again in the morning, and hopefully I'll have some trail camera pictures to show you. Okay, here comes the moment of truth. Out of 3 baits, 1 was hit for the first time, and it was hit pretty good. I'm going to look at that card first. Pretty excited about this because if it's a shoot a bear, I'm going to go hunt them. I'm going to hang a stand and hunt. No pictures. You got to be kidding me. You have got to be kidding me. Unreal. Okay, on Troy's bait I have 114 photos of raccoons again. Unbelievable. That camera failed again. And on the first bait I got multiple pictures of that great big raccoon again. Okay, it's 3 o'clock in the afternoon and I just left the bait again. This has gotten to be a total cluster. Okay, so I decided my plan was to get some cell cameras and not replace, but add them to the cameras that are already in there. I'm just going to stop on top of this hill for a second. So I spent the 2.5 hours in the middle part of the day today driving to the nearest Walmart, getting a Tacticam reveal. Actually bought 3 of them, and then when I got back to camp, I got it set up and grabbed the stuff. I was going to come out here and hang a stand at this bait that got hit this morning, but I don't have any pictures, so I don't know what's on it. I don't know if it was a nocturnal bear. I don't know if it was a yearling. I don't know if it was a sow with cubs. I don't know. You know, we become so reliant on the tools and the technology that we have available to us today. It makes it so much more effective and efficient, but when they fail, it puts you in a lurch. So I came out here prepared to hang a stand and hang that Tacticam cell camera, and then also I carried 2 buckets of bait in there. Well, I got in there and it looked like the bait had been hit again. So I went ahead and put the camera up and dumped the 2 buckets of bait, just got out of there, because, you know, at 2:30 in the afternoon, if I go in there and start clanking around with a stand, it's very possible that I spooked that bear off the bait. I'm not going to know until I get back to camp and look at the cards, hoping that the camera worked this time. So I guess I'm not going to hunt tonight, and I really was excited about actually getting in the stand for the first time. But as tough as this is, I got one opportunity probably, and I don't want to blow it, so I'm not going to go in there and hunt until everything is right, and that's just not right now. So I'm going back to camp. I am going to look at the trail camera picture and hope that I got some photos of the bear. If not, it'll be morning before I know what kind of bear is on the bait, or if it's a, you know, big one, small one, sow with cubs, whatever. What a zoo. Jeez. Anyway, well, if I get one of these bears, it'll all be worth it. But what a zoo. Going to the venison stew this morning. It'll feel really good to get something hot in me. I'm telling you, it is hard to crawl out of a warm sleeping bag when it's in the 30s. We gotta get out and check these baits. I got these 3 baits out there, and I'll wait till about 9, and I'll go out and make a decision after I check them. So far all we got is some Boone and Crockett coons on the baits, and this is the 3rd check, so we need something to happen pretty quick. But maybe today's the day. We'll go get them. Well, quite a bit has changed here. I've got 2 bears on baits now, 2 different bears, 2 different baits. I guess I've got a bit of a dilemma, and it's not which bear to shoot, it's a little different than that. But let me start by telling you about Troy's bait. He had multiple bears coming in there. It's a great bait on private land, and his wife shot a bear in there last Friday, so that was 7 days ago, and the bait has not been hit again by bears. It's been swarmed by raccoons every night. Unfortunately, the bears have not been back, and there's another guy baiting. I can see where his 4-wheeler trail goes back in there. It's got to be, I mean, he's got to be within 200-300 yards of this bait. So I've been walking the 300 yards back in there every day, checking the camera. Well, this morning I hung a cell camera in there. There's good AT&T service in there. But I'm just really surprised that that bait died like it did. Okay, so the camera is still not working on the bait that got hit. Yesterday, I went in there, messed around with some things. I hung a cell camera in there, so I did get pictures of the bear that is in there. And even though I don't have cell service in there, this camera did take pictures. When I went in and checked it today, I got a lot of pictures, like 170 pictures of a small bear. I don't even think it's a legal bear, because here in Michigan they got to be 42 inches, and I doubt if this one would qualify for that. And that bear just came in about 9:30 last night and spent the entire night there. Left at 7:30 this morning. I mean, he slept on the logs. He just spent the whole night there. But it's not a shooter, so unfortunately I can rule that out unless a bigger bear comes to that bait. So the good news is that the other bait had not been hit at all until I went in there and checked it this morning, and there was a pretty decent sow on that bait, and she was there at 9:30 last night. Really obnoxious dog over there. She was there and found the bait at 9:30 last night. She took the beaver and then came back a few minutes later and started eating at the bait. And then she was back again between 1:30 and 2. So that is the dilemma that I have, is we've got a pretty decent sow, and I would say I could go in there and hang and hunt, and there's a reasonable expectation that that bear would be back before dark tonight. The question is that the bear that I want to burn 6 points in Michigan on? So it's the 5th day right now, and she's the only prospect I've got at this point. Could get better once the baits get hit. A lot of times they blow up pretty good in the next few days, but it's the 5th day. So that's the dilemma that I have, is do I go in there and try to shoot her? And unfortunately, you're going to have to wait till the next video to find out, because I haven't made my decision yet, and I'll make my decision by 1 o'clock today, and it's about 11:30 now. So we'll see you on the next video.